Hello, welcome to Scratch 3D Printing. This video I'm going to be comparing Creality K2 Plus with Anycubic Kobra S1 Max. Let's scratch today's comparison. Before we get to the video, I'm not going to go over the specs of these two 3D printers. I'm going to show you some prints that I did. If you want the full specs of the two 3D printers, watch the previous video up here. In that video, I went through the specs and a lot more with these two 3D printers. I did not show any prints in that video, so I got many comments saying that I should 3D print a model and show it so that you know which 3D printer prints the best between these two 3D printers. And I just want to say that there is no perfect 3D printers out there that is not going to break or not going to have trouble. Even the best well-built 3D printer is going to have some trouble while using it. So with that said, let's get right into the video. These two are printed using the K2 Plus and the Kobra S1 Max. So we will just look at this and let me know which one you prefer, and let me know which one is the K2 Plus or the Kobra S1 Max. Okay, this one is printed on the K2 and this one is printed on the S1. We can see that on the K2 it's a little bit more glossy than on the S1 Max, but if we look at the first couple layers on the K2, it's not that good. I'm going to show you at a different angle, so let's get right to the showing. Okay, so these two models are printed using the same exact filament, PLA, and this is the K2 and this is the S1. So if we take a look at this, print quality really depends on the setting you use, and it has something to do with the build quality of the 3D printer as well. So this is the K2. If we take a look at this, we can see that some of the first layer is not that good. If we take a look at right here, you can see that there's some holes there. But if we take a look at the S1 Max print, there's no hole. It looks really good. Let's take a look at that. And the glossiness is from the temperature and the print speed of the 3D printers. As you can see up here, the S1 up here is more glossy than the bottom part. It's because it's printing slower. So when you print slower, it tends to get glossy like this. So as you can see here, there's like two tones of it. And when you check this lesser, it does shows that. At the bottom here, it prints fast. Then when it gets to the top, it slows down a little bit. But for the K2, you can see that it's all glossy. It really depends on the temperature and the printing speed of it. Now let's take a look at the body of this Triceratops. That looks like that for the K2. And then for the S1 Max, it looks matte, not glossy. And I think the print quality does look a lot better as well. There's no holes or gaps at the bottom there compared to the K2. You can see that the K2, there is some VFA-ish or whatever at the bottom there. Is just does not look that good. Let's take a look at the tail, stuff like that. You can see that there's gaps right there compared to the S1. There's no gaps. Overall, this print, the S1 has the edge and it prints a lot better in my opinion. The next print is this model here. It's kind of like an all-in-one model. This is from the S1 Max. And as you can see here, the first two tolerance tests here has already fall off. 4.3.5, okay, that's kind of weird. This is the first time I print something like this. As you can see up here, it is a little bit stringy. But if we take a look at the K2 Plus, oh my gosh, look at that. I don't know what's wrong with my K2 Plus. My K2 Plus just prints so bad. This is PETG, by the way. This is PETG. And look at the K2 Plus. Why is it doing this? It prints so bad. The overhang, it's not the best either, and the bridging isn't the best compared to the S1. Oh my gosh, the S1 looks so good. This should be a 3D printer that costs that much, and even this overhang up here with no support looks really nice as well. All the side here looks pretty darn good. Yeah, overall this print looks really good. Can I push all of these through? Ooh, everything except the 0.2. Can I break the 0.2 free? Nope, the 0.2 is kind of stuck in there. I cannot break that free. Let's see the K2. Okay. Okay, I cannot break this one free. Nope, these two are stuck. There's a defect there for the K2 as well. Here, there's some defects here. I don't know, I think it's just, it could be my nozzle that is clogged or something like that. Or it could be the 3D printer has always been printed like this. But in the previous, my K2 prints better than this, to be very honest. There are some defects, but there's not this much defect. So this may not be the best model or the best time to compare my K2, because the K2 Plus has been going through some pretty intense printing as well. Then I tried printing this model with both 3D printers for multicolor printing. This one is from the S1 Max. It finished the print and it looks pretty darn good in my opinion. The first couple of layers isn't the best. I believe that was overhang. Yep, I believe that is overhang and I did not use any support. I forgot to do it, but I think this turns out really good. You might ask, where is the K2 model? As you saw in my previous video, my K2, the CFS keeps clogging. Pretty much when I use any filament, it keeps clogging, so I could not get a print to finish. It clogged every single time it started printing this model right here because of the filament change through the CFS. It has to purge, it has to retract, it has to extrude. It's just not really good for multicolor printing. But when it works, and when it works, it looks really good. Both other 2-3 printers, AMS, they have their own problems, to be very honest. So this is the model from the S1 Max, and I think it looks pretty good. I think the reason for the K2 Plus to perform kind of bad is because I was printing this on the K2 Plus. Well, you may ask, what is this? Well, this is PPACF from Siraya Tech. This is an abrasive filament. It's PPA and it has carbon fiber in there. So in that case, it's a really hard and really abrasive filament. It printed this whole thing and I think the quality looks really good in my opinion. You can see all the tags, you can see pretty much everything in here and it just turns out really nice. This model, this filament was printed on the K2 Plus and I think it turns out really good. So the K2 Plus can print PPACF and other higher grades of filaments, so I think that is really impressive. And this black right here was printed on the Kobra S1 Max and this is PC filament. So both of these 2-3 printers can print high-grade materials, PPACF, PC filament, and other types of filament that is high-grade and or abrasive. You just need to get the right nozzles. I think these two models turned out really nicely, considering I didn't have a dryer while printing this. For the S1 Max, the Ace Pro does have a built-in dryer, so I was able to print this while drying. But PPACF, you cannot use PPACF in an AMS unit. It's gonna break. It's gonna get clogged somewhere along the tube because it's super freaking brittle. You can break this filament very easily, but when it prints out, it is super durable and super strong. That big model there took 24 hours to print, so the K2 Plus was able to print it, which is really impressive. Consider you had to use very high temperature and to sustain that for the full 24 hours and to even get that good print of quality. I think that is very impressive. For this model here, I also tried printing on the S1 Max as well. And as you saw in my previous video, the corner of the bed start lifting, and so I have to stop the print because it's not gonna work. It's deformed, the bed lifted. But on the K2, the bed did not lift and it was able to finish this whole print right here. The reason for the K2 to perform kind of bad here is because I was printing PPACF, very abrasive filament, and I did not change out the nozzle. I just printed this model right after. And I think that's the reason why it turns out like this. I don't have a spare nozzle laying around and I decided to do this video, which is not good. But consider I was able to print this type of filament and finish it looking this good, I think that is a huge plus for the K2 Plus. But don't get me wrong, both of these 2-3 printers has their pros and cons, are good in their own ways. They are huge, 350 by 350 by 350, so you can pretty much do anything you want with these 2-3 printers. But the only downside of the AMS unit is just multicolor printing. So I think if you're looking for multicolor 3D printers and you decide to do, a lot of color changes and lots of multicolor portraits, multicolor figures, stuff like that, I don't really suggest you get these 2 3D printers. There's a better 3D printer for that specific multicolor printing, and that is the Snapmaker U1. But that is going to be a whole different video. So hopefully this video will help you kind of decide which one you want to go with. Oh, and besides, the K2 Plus is more expensive than the S1 Max as well. And me personally, if I would have to choose which 3D printers I would go with, I would go with the S1 Max for the 3D printer. But for the AMS unit, I think Creality AMS unit is a little bit better than the S1 Max unit, because for whatever reason, the Ace Pro here, the rotator keeps getting stuck. It's like really hard to move, and it's really slow extruding, and it's really slow retracting, and it really cannot print cardboard filament. Both of these two AMS cannot print cardboard spool filament. It keeps getting stuck. It keeps just getting stuck all the time. So that is a downfall for the AMS unit here. During the process of me comparing the Kobra S1 Max and Creality K2 Plus, I'm doing some printing to test these two 3D printers, compare them, and guess what? The K2 Plus CFS is broken. So if we take a look at this, right? I'm taking the filament out. It says that it still has filament in there. But when I put it in there, it says that it still has filament in there. And I could push this all the way back towards the back of the CFS and it worked, right? But it keeps saying that there's filament in there. I took out the PTFE2 from this, so it's a little bit weird, but you know, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. I don't know what's going on. And for the Ace 2 Pro, you can hear this. Just look, when it retracts, it does that. Look at that. I unlock this, but if I lock this in there, the filament keeps jumping. So I'm gonna lock this and I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen next. You hear that? It's stuck. The Ace 2 Pro cannot handle cardboard spool filament. And once that happens, it gives you this error saying that the retraction is abnormal and it cannot retract. We'll just click OK, we just continue. And let's just check this out one more time. I don't know why Anycubic did not think of this problem when they're testing the new Ace 2 Pro. But once it started doing that, it's stuck. Look at that, it's stuck. It's just stuck like that. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it really stuck like that and it does not work. And then you're gonna get the error again. See? That is what happened with these cardboard spools. Or I think it's just the Ace Pro. If we take a look at that, you can see that the cover on the Ace 2 Pro has these marks. What is these? These are from the cardboard spools hitting the top of the Ace 2 Pro. The Ace 2 Pro cannot retract, and the CFS has some sort of imaginary clog that I'm gonna take apart over there. And just take a look at this. Just take a look at this. The Snapmaker has done a full spectrum print with no problem. But besides that, I feel like the K2 Plus has the edge of higher grade filament printing just because the bed does not warp like the S1 Max. And I think in terms of build quality, I think the S1 Max took the edge a little bit from the K2 Plus. Plus the Ace Pro can dry and print at the same time, so that is a huge plus for the Kobra S1 Max, and the CFS cannot do that. But anyway, hopefully this video will help you decide which 3D printers to go with. And that'll be it for this video. If you enjoy, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe because more amazing videos like this is coming. Leave a comment down below. Which 3D printers do you prefer? Do you have both of them? And which one do you like? If you haven't yet become a member of the YouTube channel, it helps me tremendously. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on 3D printing.